First and foremost, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Hope you guys had a great new year. Uh, I've seen definitely on social media a lot of people talking about they're so happy to get out of 2016 and they're ready to get into 2017. And let me be the, bearer of bad news or good news, however you want to look at it. But things in 2017, if you had a really bad 2016, right? Things just because it turned to a new year, new day, whatever, things aren't going to change unless you change, right? So if you had a bad 2016, what I would highly suggest is for you to look at why you had a bad 2016. And generally it's because of something, either because of something that you did or something that, or things that you weren't doing. But regardless of whatever the case is, it starts and ends with you. So in order for you to have a better 2017, right, which regardless of how good or bad 2016 was, it should always be the goal for every year to be a little bit better than the next year, or maybe a lot better than the next year. You need to change some things. It might be some things that you either need to stop doing or some things that you need to start doing. But regardless of whatever the case, we all should be grateful that we did make it to see 2017, because there's quite a few people that didn't make it. I know people that didn't make it to 2017. I'm sure you do as well, all right? But in order for 2017 to be a better year, you got to start doing some things differently, right? You might need to cut some things out, cut some people out of your life, or whatever it is. But you need to make up your mind. First, you need to figure out what it is that you need to change, and then you need to go ahead and to make those changes so that at the end of 2017, you're not there saying, "Man, I can't wait for 2017 to end and for 2018," right? Which you hear people saying, people do the same thing every single year, and what they don't realize is that it's not the year that brings about the change. They got to bring the change about in their life. And once they do that, then things will change. Until you change, nothing changes. Life gets better when you get better. If you don't work on getting better, your life will never get better. It's just going to continue to either stay the same, or really and truly, it's not even going to stay the same. It's just going to progressively get worse. All right. So make sure you keep that in mind. Anyway, I came across a statistic that said only 45% of people set resolutions or goals at the beginning of the year. Now, personally, I don't necessarily set goals or resolutions per se at the beginning of the year. I set goals and resolutions all throughout the year because I'm always working towards my goals or resolutions or whatever you want to call them, right? I'm always working towards accomplishing something. It doesn't matter if it's January 1st or December 31st or December 30th or whenever it is. I am always, anyone that knows me personally knows that I am always working towards accomplishing something, right? But for those of you that set resolutions, and if that's what you choose to do, nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and do it. The main thing is that you set out to do something and you work on accomplishing it until you actually accomplish it. But of all the people in America, only 45% of people set goals or resolutions. Then only 17% of these people, 17% of people in America rarely set goals or resolutions, and 38% never ever set any sort of goals or resolutions, which is crazy to me. Like, how can you get better in life if you don't set any goal to get better? That means to me that either one of two things: either you're happy with the way things are, which most people aren't, or you just don't even think that change is possible, so you don't even try for change, which is even crazier to me, right? But it's just a really crazy statistic. And of the people that actually do set goals or resolutions, only 8% of them actually accomplish them. So that's like less than 1 in 10, right? 1 in 10 of people actually accomplish the resolutions or goals that they set. And if you're talking about of the whole population, only less than 1 in 20, right? Less than 1 in 20. So that is kind of crazy. And I want to give you guys something to think about as you're setting your goals and your resolutions. Okay. Um, and this is the question that I have for you, right? Are you chasing mice or are you chasing antelope? Think about a tiger or a lion, right? A lion can go around and catch a mouse and eat a mouse whenever it wants to, right? So this lion is in the jungle or in the wilderness or whatever, and it sees a mouse. And if the lion sits there and uses all its energy to catch this mouse. Yes, it can catch a mouse, right? It's a lion. It can catch a mouse if it wants to, but guess what? It's going to use up so much energy in trying to catch this mouse. Is it even worth it? Right? The lion will use up all this energy trying to catch this mouse, and the mouse is only going to like be like a drop in its stomach, okay? Or the lion can use that same energy to catch an antelope. And here's the difference between catching a mouse and an antelope. If the lion catches the antelope, yeah, it might be a little bit harder to catch that antelope, right? But the lion with the antelope will be enough food for that lion to feast over for a long time, and then it's enough food for the lion to have all its family come in, right? If it has kids or wife or whatever, come in and eat off of that antelope, and that antelope gonna keep them full for a really long time. And a lot of us set these goals and resolutions, and really and truly, we're chasing mice. We're expending all this energy on stuff that really isn't about to bring any worthwhile change in our lives. We're chasing mice, man. We are lions. We are amazing. We're strong. There's so much that we can do, and we're wasting our energy chasing mice. We need to stop chasing mice and go after some antelope so we can eat and eat for a long time. So that's a question that I want to pose to you. Are you chasing mice? When you're setting your resolutions, are you chasing mice or are you chasing antelope? And what you need to do is think about the amount of energy that you're expending in accomplishing whatever goal it is that you're trying to accomplish, and make sure that that energy matches up with the size of that goal. Because if you're using up a whole lot of energy, but at the end of the day the rewards is something small, then it really kind of doesn't make any sense. So even if you do accomplish it, even if you are in that 8% and you do accomplish it, what is the reward for that? It's not really any reward. It's not a huge reward for that, because like we said, antelope is like eating one potato chip. That's not going to do anything for that lion. I mean, the mice, like eating one potato chip, is not going to do anything for that lion, right? We want to eat, and we want to make sure that we eat good. So, that's the question that I have for you. Are you chasing mice or chasing antelope? If you're chasing mice, let the mice go, right? Let them run free. Let them do what they're going to do, and save your energy for the antelope. All right. I hope you guys got something from this. Happy New Year once again, and I'll see you next week.